Well, we were going down to set up a new stand location, a ladder stand. It's one of my favorite locations, the North Bench plot, and that plot is really nice because it's just a narrow little pass through. Don't hunt on a food plot a lot with a bow for mature bucks, but this is one of those spots where we get a lot of daylight activity of all our mature bucks in the area on that plot. We have a redneck ghillie that's hidden up on the hill for east winds, and then this will give us more of a north and west wind, northwest wind setup. So really excited about that, but perfect spot for a ladder stand, mock scrape, and trail camera. So we're gonna move a trail camera to that spot, go get it set up, and we have a whole team here. We have our Kicking Bear charity event, and so we have everyone here to set up. It's on the Friday before, and what better time than to tap into some of this help that we have for one of the last things we're doing in the afternoon today. So I already got the family tradition stand all set up, all the pieces in there, and let's go hang a stand.
Really good one for an alternate wind on this one too.
I know, I'm looking forward to that. You know, we had an east wind that covered right up here, and we get a lot of east winds for every front that comes through, but to have our tried and true northwest big buck killing wind is right over here.
And we also picked a really nice tree down here. I know you and Dylan were down here a while ago, and then we came back down here, and I think we all picked the same tree.
Well, Dylan and I decided on that tree, and then I threw that out, you not telling which one we'd already talked about, and you picked the right one. She's good at it.
I don't know about that,
but one of the reasons we like this again is we have the northwest wind coming through a low spot in the upper ridge right through here, so we'll get a constant wind. The problem is if wind comes from that way over the ridge and we're down here below it, then it tails back up, so we'll get clean wind going over. And what's really cool is this clover looks light, but this clover is not even a year old. It was established in the fall, and so you can see all the clover that's coming in. There's a lot of young clover coming in, young alfalfa, young chicory. And so this had a nurse crop of rye in it. I mowed it out. We frost seeded to add a little bit to it, and you can see the clover that was established last fall and the little seedlings coming in from this spring. And within about a month, it's going to be great. And this is why you can't count on clover that you plant in the fall to be available for hunting, because this is about what you'd have at best if you planted August 1st, and you really need fall to fall to get good growth. So we'll be ready for that. Now it's time to hang the stand. We got a small army behind us to help, and we have our Kicking Bear event, so got our crew. But let's move that camera too, put some batteries in it. We're gonna move it down here where we're gonna have that scrape, and let's get everything set up.
And as usual, we're doing stand location, mock scrape, and camera location, so the trifecta, of every stand location.
Every stand or blind.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. We might not put a camera at every spot, but we're going to have the ability. And the reason we're doing that is we expect to shoot the deer from that stand location right where that mock scrape is.
But we talked about the other day, or when we were doing that mock scrape video, about making sure that mock scrape is on the trail. This slightly off the trail.
Slightly.
Yeah,
it's going to be, but that trail is right there. It's like dug in. So I feel comfortable. I mean, we're going to be within a foot or two.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to hang it right, I would say right there.
Are you going to get up there? Am I going to throw you?
Remember we were supposed to bring a step ladder. Did we bring it?
I don't remember.
Maybe
we'll
not.
Throw you. Okay.
Yeah. I think we need that step ladder,
you
actually.
Sit on my shoulders.
I'll do that. Want to go vine shopping, babe?
Sure. Let's see who finds the best one. And go.
I think we saw it first, though.
Yeah, but I saw it from back here.
Jen, you found a vine too. Is it better than this one?
I was gonna come over and say it was, but
look at that.
That's a beauty. That's probably one of the best ones in the woods.
We call this a level 10. Dylan found it. What was yours, a level 4?
Yeah. It wasn't as good. I will catch you.
Am I gonna fall through this roof?
Maybe, yeah. Can you reach it okay?
Where is the spot?
It was like right here.
Does that seem okay?
Yeah.
All set up. Helps when you have a team. Guys in the background, and scrape looks beautiful. And again, this is a highway through here, so we're not adding a scrape off to the side. We're putting it right where we expect to take a shot.
Yeah,
right in that location. And we don't care about, you know, like we set this mock scrape up and we're touching it like this. The deer really don't care. Within half hour, in a day, 2 days at the most, they'll be using this and they'll forget about this right here. It won't bother them in any way. And you know, to be honest, a lot of the mature bucks that were here last year,
yeah, a lot of them.
LO beams,
Yeah.
righty. We had the big 12 point.
Ocho was here.
Yeah, Ocho was here.
Yeah, that big 12 point.
Yeah, and then the broken buck that I shot. They're all here during daylight. Oh, yeah, they were all here. Trouble was here a lot.
A lot.
So, and they come right through here. So this is perfect. We have a water hole right over there, and that's for we cannot use that with a northwest wind.
No, so this will be a perfect stand to do that in.
Yeah. Trail right there, there. You both go right under the scrape.
Well, it's a perfect spot too, because there's a really good amount of bedding down here, and then water, food over there. So
and what's really nice too is it's open right down here.
Yeah.
Like just for the first 75 yards.
And steep.
And steep. So we can come into this location and we'll probably come in at an angle, just get right in, go right through, and it can leave a lot of scent on this food plot. And we'll get in and then we'll let our scent blow that way. I don't think we can use this for an evening stand. It's going to have to be morning and blow out over the draw.
Yeah, I think you're right. It'd be really tough to do that.
Yeah. What I like about that camera location, it seems like this is a sweet spot for movement. Sometimes they're down there 50 yards, but they angle off before then sometimes. So this gets more of that constriction point where most of the deer are. Again, the mock scrape is where we expect to shoot the deer. So right in this little window is perfect. So, you know, while we're talking about this, and I hate to interrupt, but we have our food plot seed company, Pure Wildlife Blends, and I want you guys to have some great plots, and it's getting to planting time. July is our biggest month for people buying. 1st of July, we're focusing on a rut zone. When it gets into the end of July, we're focusing on our Big Boost Brassica, our Big Boost 365, our Fall Power 365s. Those are some of our biggest offering. We're standing in our PPP, our perennial plot power. So those are some of our favorites. Urge you to check it out. Let's get back to what we were talking about, but appreciate you guys checking this out. Those are a few of my favorites, but we have 19 offerings. Can you add anything? You excited?
I'm looking forward to fall. I wonder who's going to sit there first, me or you?
I don't know. But this is one of those where you hang and you kind of look at it like, we'll probably shoot a mature buck out of this someday. I don't know about this year, but we had enough bucks last year that made it through the season that this could be the year. So
well, and I was telling Todd just now too that this spot has really been like a 2-year thing in the making.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, and it's been one of those things where we're like, what can we do with this part of the property, because we're not really utilizing it. And then when we walked on here, we're like, man, it's flat. We can put a food plot down here. And then now that we have all the pieces really set in, it's really
well, and it's
awesome
all bedding for a wide area down here. And they come up, water hole, big food over there, nothing over that way. So they're really encouraged to go back and forth through this location. And I like that camera location. It's far enough that this could blow around. When you get that camera real close to this mock scrape, then it can cause, you know, if it's on a tree that's 10 feet away, then you can cause a lot of false triggers with it just blowing around. So we cut the end of this branch off so it's not blowing around as much. That lets more sunlight into our clover here, and should be a really good setup for the mock scrape. And we used a vine. You see, we only have about 8 inches of paracord between the end of the vine and that branch. I'll see people they'll have a vine like this hanging. You know, it's only 3 feet, 2.5 feet long, and it's just blowing around in the wind. It looks so fake. So when you have this vine extending all the way up, deer's not going to notice that little 8-inch gap up there. And whatever branch you're hanging it to, or line or whatever, you want to make sure it goes all the way up. So we probably used an 8-foot piece of vine, and that's going to be perfect. It looks really natural.
How long do you think it'll take a deer to hit this? Best guess. What do you think?
I'm saying within 3 hours.
I was gonna say within 6.
Dylan, what's
I
your
think by tomorrow morning.
by tomorrow morning? So
3, 6 tomorrow morning. All right.
So let's see. What if it's 2 days? That's gonna be late.
We all
Then we all lose.
I think we had one down the bottom plot. It was 20 minutes.
Yeah, that
That's probably the record
incredible.
time. Dylan, have you had any that have been shorter than 20
yeah,
minutes?
well, not shorter than 20 minutes. That's pretty crazy. They had to like
Yeah.
walk you.
But they're through here all the time. So, and where we're at is kind of cool because we're up on this bench and then it's open fields and ag, not that far away. So when we come into this spot, it's straight down to their bedding and they're on a flat, but that's 150 yards down.
Yeah, well, and two, look, it's so hidden down here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a perfect spot for a mature buck to feel really confident walking in and out of here.
It is, but when we get in, they're not bedding right here.
No.
So, and they're not going to hear us. And even right now, the deer that are 200 yards down, they probably heard a little noise up here.
Sure.
But I don't think it's really a factor. So,
sure.
man, I love that setup too. We have that branch right above our head that wides off, so it gives us some additional cover. We have multiple shots, so we are good to go. Let's get back. We have stuff to do for the charity event tomorrow.